tell me that you understand it. Don't tell me that I'm too demanding. I need you to show me you're taking this too slowly. Don't tell me that you're what I need, no. I believe that when I see so. Time for you to show me. Hush your lips, stop your
Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Sunshine. I decided I wanted to bring you guys along with me in the project that I'm working on. So today is one of the busiest days of the week, and every time I get some free time, I'm going to be working on this project. This is Project Open Concept. We are opening up 2 rooms in our house. That's my hot water tank, and you remember when we first moved into this house, we got the hot water tank installed, and it is literally by the door where you can't get in there. I'm going to show you guys, like, we did a lot of work to this house, but it needed tons of work. If I could start all over, what I would have done was I probably would have stayed in my apartment for a little bit longer, and I would have gutted every room in this house and just took my time and drywall. But I don't have any regrets, because we pretty much moved to the back of the house where we did most of the remodel stuff, and now we are going to be opening up this is the kitchen area, where it's a hot mess, y'all. It is terrible. Like, this used to be a new sticky towel or whatever, but by us having so much work being done into this house, people dragging stuff across and everything looks really bad. So I ordered everything that was put up was temporary. So if it looks rigged, if you see something off, yeah, because we rigged it all together. Well, I did. But anyways, now we're getting it done the right way. I have a carpenter. He's gonna be doing the floors in these 2 rooms. The room that I'm sending in right now is the living room. I want to show you guys what we're starting on for now. So these 2 rooms, that was our bedroom right there. It's a bedroom being turned into something, but it's going to be off the kitchen. I do want an island. I don't want to get you guys that far into the plans, because I want you guys to see the roughness of what we're doing so far, and basically show you guys everything as we go. But I do have plans. I drew out some plans. I'm still drawing out plans. This wall right here that we're looking at, it is a load bearing wall. This particular wall right here isn't. So as you guys can see, I've got confirmation. My construction team, they went up and looked at the roof and everything, and they verified that is a load bearing wall. So we're gonna have a beam that goes all the way. It's a 20-foot beam. It's gonna be dropped in the ceiling going across to open these 2 rooms up. They're gonna have to build a temporary wall in order to do that. So I'll be keeping you guys updated on how they're doing that. And so far, what am I working on? Today, I'm moving this wall. So I already took my circular saw and slit this in half so that I can move this wall completely. And then what I'm going to be doing is, in this particular room, we're taking this hot water tank and we're putting it in that closet, but I can't do it yet because that closet, all of that has to be we're doing drywall. Everything's getting re-drywall from all 3 of these rooms. This is the project now. So we got the hallway, which I'm about to demo and pull everything down. And we got the closet, which is the hot water tank has to go in. And we have this room, the walls, ceilings, everything, floors. This floor was reinforced when we first got in there. They did the floors, but we put the wrong topping wood subfloor on there. So we're going to be changing that around to make sure we're going to be using tongue and groove so that the floor can be leveled all the way out with all 3 of these rooms, including that open hallway area, is going to have the same flooring. So it'll just flow through the house. So right now, today, hopefully, I'm just working on starting the project. We got 3 weeks. I believe the 1st of November is when they're going to open up the floors. So right now I have 3 weeks to rip out all of these walls, drywall, the wall and the ceiling before they start the floor project. So I'm just keeping you guys posted on what I'm doing. Looking at this wall, I opened it up. I already started opening this up. This is what we're looking like. Honestly, the interior guts of this house doesn't look bad. It's just the wood, all of this wood paneling and everything. I painted it just so I can feel comfortable, but it has to go. I want everything drywall, and I just want to know I want everything insulated and drywalled and a little bit more new modern look to it. So that's what we decided to do. Now, I must admit with you guys, we did decide to self-fund the project. We were gonna we don't really like to do like the bank route of getting stuff done because we want to take the debt-free approach. So with that approach, it does take longer considering we're a trucking company. A lot of times our business is it pushes a lot of stuff. So we're going to be self-funding this project. So it's going to be moved into stages. So debt-free approach, that's what we're taking. But I want you guys to watch me as I go along and as we transform these 3 rooms. I guess I'm not in the question stage because I do have professionals working with me. But if you guys have any suggestions, definitely feel free to comment below. But let me get into this demo and start taking down this wall right here. I don't want to turn that way because this way, because I have my living room and it's like couches, everything is like standing up. I don't know, you guys. I'm showing you guys whatever you get. But let's get into it. Good morning, you guys. This is the next day. I am currently I opened up, removed the paneling. Look at this is what we're working with. I removed the paneling from this wall, and as you can see, this is an exterior wall and it has no insulation. Now I'm getting ready to install drywall in this room, and there's gonna be a door put into this wall. So this is just the before of me taking doing the demo work. Now, one thing I want to tell you guys about drywall is, first of all, this doesn't look, the bones of the wall, which are these little wood studs, right? They look pretty good. They're in pretty good condition, and I'm surprised the little batting, whatever, it's supposed to be batting board, but it's not. It's like roofing tarp, almost what they use, but it's in good condition so far. I'm gonna be getting the floors done. This is like just was a temporary layer so that I could get into here, but it doesn't have any insulation, so I'm going to be insulating this wall. But the first thing I want to tell you guys is, once you remove, the key to a project is, as you're taking it off the wall, make sure you are getting it out of the house. Have a cleanup person. Since I'm working by myself, I'm pretty much doing it, doing the out the window technique. So I have a container, which is right here. I've been putting it, this is a wheeled container, so I can easily lift it up and wheel it to my junk pile. And I have a garbage can for lighter stuff like nails and small pieces that break off. So pretty much after I get done removing the paneling and the drywall, what I do is I give the wall a complete scan over from floor to ceiling. making sure that I remove all nails, because this is a remodel project. I'm going to be placing drywall back on here. I don't want to have any nails or anything that would cause the drywall to be uneven. And when it comes to drywall or any kind of carpentry work, I learned my lesson the hard way, is that you want everything to be smooth and level from start to finish. The minute you have a hump or a bump in a process and you decide to look over it, it's going to show throughout each layer of the project. So from the first layer of the project, make sure that there aren't any nails. So I'm not finished yet. I have a few nails that I kind of bent over. I'm going to be taking the hammer and I'm going to be getting them out of there. Have patience, because this is a very tiresome project, especially if you are working by yourself. A lot of times, if you're impatient or you get tired, you tend to start jacking stuff up and moving to the next level and saying, forget that, I'll just leave it that way. Anytime you're doing a home project by yourself, just take a break. It's better for you to take a break than to start trying to rush, because it'll start looking bad. And remember, this is something that you're spending money on and it's going to take forever. So this is pretty much what is going on. I'm pretty much inspecting it. I also installed this window so you guys can see, now that I've ripped everything down, I can see the layout of how it is. Now, I am not a professional. I am an amateur. But most of the time I look at YouTube videos and I pretty much get information from professional carpenters and licensed carpenters, and I go with whatever the information that I get. So now I'm just inspecting my wall to see, are there any pieces that need to be reinforced of wood. It's best to do that now than to wait and end up having to do it later. This is an old house and I'm rehabbing it, and the standard is to do the ceilings first. I know when you're doing drywall, it's best to do the ceilings first, but I'm doing this backwards, which means that I'm just gonna have to take my time later. I'm waiting to get a drywall lift, so that it'll be easy for me to lift the pieces to the ceiling. But when it comes time for me to remove the ceiling, I'm just gonna make sure I take my time so that it won't damage the wall or anything like that. But this is what I'm doing. I'm about to go and get some insulation from out of the shed. I don't have much, but I'm gonna start using whatever I have so far and keep going. I was gonna skip over the insulation part, but you don't want to do that. It saves you energy. Get the insulation for the exterior walls, although the previous owners, they didn't insulate the walls and it stayed pretty warm, but I just want to insulate it. So that's what I'm doing. This is, I guess, what's been done so far. So keep watching and I'll keep you guys posted. So this is me insulating, or how I like to call it, adding cotton candy to the walls. This is actually my first time insulating a wall, so do not beat me up. I am just trying to make sure that I'm focusing on the window first, because it's the closest to where cold air openings, and I can see, I don't know if you guys can see that. Do you see the two corners of the window? I see. I'm sorry. I have to put my mask on because this stuff has like particles in there. You're supposed to wear protection. So this, I can see outside, so I'm gonna have to caulk or fix that. Well, I don't have the trimming up originally out there and on the inside, so I'm gonna have to trim the windows, but I am gonna caulk that because it's opening to outside. But by the time I put the trimming in there and caulk, on the windows, it's going to be closed in. But this is my installation process. You guys can see this ceiling definitely needs to be done. All right, y'all, this is what I did today so far. We got the drywall. Don't pay attention to the ceiling, it's getting done next. Y'all, I still suck at cutting the light fixture hose, which I'm gonna take, my plan for that piece right there is I'm gonna take some what do you call it? It's a special kind of tape, drywall tape, and I'm gonna put it over there and fix that, where once the light, the cap, the cover, I'm gonna get a big cover to cover that, where it's not gonna show like that. But I really made up for it with this piece right here. Y'all have no idea how proud I am of myself at the way that my drywall cuts measurements is looking. Look at that. That's the ceiling. Look at this, y'all. No space. If you install drywall, you know what it means. Okay, so I know what y'all gonna be telling me, like, girl, you need some more screws in there. I know that. Yeah, I only have, let's see, this many screws left. So all I wanted to do was put enough screws in there to hold the piece to the wall. Tomorrow I'll go get some more screws and I'm gonna put more screws in there. Why should you not slack on the screws when it comes to drywall? It's because you're gonna be putting pictures. Women hang all kinds of stuff on drywall. So you got paint. Every little layer that you're adding to this is weight. And don't take any layer for granted. So the paint is weight. The compound is weight. The pictures and all the random stuff that you like to hang from your wall is weight. So do not slack when it comes to the screws. So yeah. Anyways, this is what I have left on this wall. I insulated only around the window and that edge. I did not insulate that middle piece right there, but I just want to show y'all what I'm working with. Look at them bottom cuts. So I have to do a custom cut around this window so that tomorrow, and then do a little box cut right in there. Notice, I want y'all to see something. Anytime you hang in drywall, you got to consider the other, what you're putting. You can't just be throwing it up there. You have to make sure it's about halfway in between the piece of the wood so that the next sheet can have enough room. It's like they're fighting for space to get on there. So now, and over there I got plenty of space. I know it's a rule. It says you don't want too many seams. When I say seams, I mean like these things around the window. But y'all, I kinda, when I was moving the drywall pieces in here from the garage, I bent a few boards and I'm trying to save on my boards. But the more seams that you put, like right here, joints and seams, the more taping you gotta do. And it's best to limit. You don't wanna, I was gonna do one whole piece that go like boom, 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 but I had this leftover board and everything, so I decided I'm gonna fill it in. I'm gonna do one piece, y'all. I'm not gonna separate this in two pieces. I'm gonna do an L shape, upside down L shape board to make this seamless, where I don't have to joint in between there. Then I'm gonna do one piece. I'm gonna take my time. I got tired, that's why I stopped right here. Plus, I'm still trying to decide whether I'm gonna stuff the insulation from down there on up. I gotta go get some insulation tomorrow. That's why I left that open. Now, this is what, look at those cuts, y'all. And I still got to do that. You want, look at that. Look at y'all. Look at this butt. You don't want hardly no space between the panel in the window. Over here, I'm going to take my time and do a custom cut that butts as close to that as possible. Do not rush when it comes to anything. Now look at this wall over here, y'all. This used to be the back of the house. That is an add-on. As you guys can see, that's an add-on to, it used to be a window right here, and now I have a whole nother room behind this. So I went ahead and demoed it. That's what I have left over that has to be transferred outside. I demoed it, but this is a special wall. I believe this is a load bearing wall because the wall behind me is load bearing. So I'm going to assume that this one is load bearing as well. So the only thing is I want a door put right here. Boom, right there. So this is what I am thinking about doing. So I was gonna start, well, not thinking about, I already did. I transferred some of the measurements from this beam right here and over here. Since these two are right here and they're pretty much bracing, holding a lot of the weight, I want to leave that just like it is, and I want to start the door from here. And I transferred the measurements from my other door that's the same size, and I measured all the way across, and I want y'all to see something. Boom, I transferred where I want to put my main piece of 2x4, and I want to put another one right next to it on this side, on that side of it, because I want it to brace the ceiling, hold the ceiling up, because these two pieces right here has to go. I gotta put a header right in there. I can't show y'all one for an example. Well, this is a header for, like, if they were doing a window, it was a window right here. So I have to do a header similar to that, but only I want to be able to access this other room. So I'm going to go tomorrow maybe and buy the wood for this, and then I'm going to measure a header and double it the same way that this is doubled, because that's a load bearing wall. I'm going to have to double it and create a header that transfers the weight. But I'm not going to do this part by myself. I'm going to try and get in some assistance from a carpenter, because your girl does not have that much experience with load bearing walls, and we're cutting through. So I would rather save my roof. I know some, but not as much as I need to know. So there's stopping points. But anyways, this is how we're looking. That used to be a window, and we got wall outlets. We got electrical outlet, electrical outlet. I gotta replace those I'm gonna replace all the outlets in terms of making them look new. But main thing is I got all the nails. I got all the nails and everything removed. And this is an interior wall, so I probably won't be insulating this wall. I know a lot of you are gonna be like, oh girl, you need to insulate every wall. But I'm not gonna be insulating this one. I'm only gonna be insulating outer walls like that. I would have got more done, but I decided to stop and go to the grocery store and cook. Today I cooked fish, rice, cornbread, some basic stuff that I wanted to eat. But anyways, tomorrow I'm going to be removing that wall, which I'm just removing it just to get it down. But, well, not really. I'm probably going to leave it up until closer to the time where they're gonna be opening the floors, because I'm gonna have a washer and dryer assembly hooked up right there. So I want to remove it, but since I can't drywall it right away, I'm gonna leave it up and keep working around this room, and probably order one of those drywall lifts so I can get started on the ceiling, because tomorrow I'll pretty much be wrapped up with this. Hopefully, if I can get somebody to come in here and help me, just supervise me on creating an opening for the door that I want to put right here. Also, there's a gas heater on the wall behind this wall, so I have to get that taken down before we start drilling through the walls and start doing the most. Okay, so that's all, folks, for today. Also, shout out to McCoy's and Cersei. They helped me. This is where I got all my drywall from, and the guy, he helped me offload this drywall straight into my garage, so I really appreciated that. It helped me out so much, especially considering I'm doing this as a solo job. But this is what we're looking at so far, you guys. Check me out. Like, please don't forget to grade me for this isn't my first time. This is my second time doing drywall project on my house. So definitely give me a grade between A and F. Look forward to hearing your guys' response. Have a great day.